football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to... The Knights will get us started with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the first swing of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. Be interesting to see what they do today.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Rushes on him. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And this offense comes up first down, tries to run the football. No answer. 2nd down, they go for the pass. They give up the sack. This defense on point early in the football game with 2 great plays.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Grabbed over the middle. It's Tate. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man. Just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
They'll leave it with him. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Scanning the field, it's Sayed. Quick completion on the out. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Buckeyes line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll keep it on the sneak.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive end.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking for space, it's Peoples. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. The screen, and watch out. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around, and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Toss to the outside. Find some fresh air. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll keep it himself. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the 1st down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Leaves it with the back. They get him stuck, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Grab behind the line. It's Tate. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air. It's Sayin. Going for 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Setting up for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the UCF Knights offense will go to work for the 1st time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the thing. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Quarterback on the keeper. At the 35, he's got room. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
And a nice, solid wrestles him to the ground.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Catch in the middle, it's Hughes. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Got it behind the line. It's Hughes. The defense wouldn't let it loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there. They created negative play.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
Man, that's a really nice job executing by this offense. Third down, defense expecting pass. They had a plan. Quarterback drops back, gets rid of the football. Nice job after the catch, and a great job setting up a first and goal for this offense.
Trying to find the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. And just when they thought they had a chance to pull even, the flag wipes it out, and they'll have to go back to work. On the run, it's Montgomery. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. Hey, no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved the touchdown, at least for now.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Turning to the running game here on third and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point is good.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 7.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Got his man to the left. Breaks into the open. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
They'll try the jet sweep here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
The Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down, because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
Looking downfield, it's Sayin. On target. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. They're testing the right side here. Running to Green. Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37.
And winning first down is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Peoples. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Right back to him on the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
The Buckeyes are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Right down the middle. It's complete. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
They'll run it to the left here, looking for the goal line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Fit it in the window for the score.
And this is how I want to operate. Nice job. He catches the football, makes a decision, gets the ball out of his hands, and let his playmaker work. Get the ball to the wide receiver out wide. He'll do the rest. He'll get the touchdown. Nice job being on the same page. Quarterback, wide receiver.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. The Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for room. It's Nixon. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Jackson gonna throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Catch in the middle. It's Burke. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Knights have this offense rolling. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Snagged in the middle. It's Thomas. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And a really nice job on the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. plays. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the tight end. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. They get the conversion there. He used his size and nice moves to get past the chains.
And I like that. 3rd and short. Find the big fella, the soft hands, make a quick little move, make the completion, get the first down.
From the gun, the ground game. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Jackson will throw. Bring in the heat. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Guys, they've come through on the first 2 third down tries. This one might be a little tougher. Here's the pressure. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they turn it into a defensive score. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Ample time in the pocket and lets it go to the left. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so the running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Leaves it with the running back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Jackson gonna throw it. Pressure coming. He lost one down the sideline. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's call it.
He's going to run it. Oh, he's got some space.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there. And that time, it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
The Knights are rolling down the field. Motion from the wide receiver. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Get it out on the screen. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, UCF! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
And when you run these screenplays, you're trying to get your playmaker the ball in space, and what a great job. They get it to the running back, but look at the blocks out in front. Everybody paving the way, creating some space, and then he's got so much speed, he can take care of the rest. Really, really nice screen pass.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Snags a quick pass on the left. He makes it up to the 20-yard line before going out of bounds.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with second and short. From the gun, running back gets to give. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. The Buckeyes really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Got it in the middle, it's Tate. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out of their own 37. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The give to the back. Makes a man miss. There he made him miss again. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead. And they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now is working.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Try to get it to the edge. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number 1. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game on the toss play.
And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
They'll run it in the red zone. It's Donaldson. Big-time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They had this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires into the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut him down. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Hand off from the shotgun. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Jackson will throw. Under fire. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
The Knights will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. If I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Rides to the back. Nice move there. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air. It's Sayin. Finds his tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, after that incompletion now, you got 4th down in your own end, but based on the fact they've scored 2 touchdowns and kicked a field goal now, they've been looking pretty good. And if I'm the head coach, I think I'm putting a lot of faith and trust in my offense to go get this thing.
The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, a 3-yard gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver going in motion. Handoff to the single back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Jackson going to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action attempt.
And the Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Second down, they'll go to the air. Gets open down the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Now, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Intercepted to stop the threat. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
Fires to the big fella. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Jackson will throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hughes. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Nowhere to go, and the ball's loose. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to find another play. The Knights with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To the air on second down. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Caught near the sticks. It's Wade. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before. He's got it on the move. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Oh, he missed it. No good. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game, still sitting at 10.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out they're inside the horseshoe.
Buckeyes will kick it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Jackson going to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Fires to the right. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force growth.
The Knights send out the punt unit. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll try the run. They could have used a little bit more there. Pickup of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Got him downfield. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And as a defensive player, you see so much option nowadays and so many different variants of it. And you got to play very disciplined, sound football. And you could tell he knew he was responsible for the quarterback. He goes and gets him, sits him on the ground, creates a tackle for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. so slippery, so elusive. He just vaporizes right in front of the defense.
It's crazy. You can play touch football in the elevator and lose to this guy. He's that kind of quick.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Takes a handoff. It's Montgomery. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays to the passing game.
The Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Finds his man. It's Montgomery. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat patterns. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
The Knights are marching down the field. Caught behind the line. It's Hughes. Turning it on. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Caught in the backfield, it's Burke. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You can tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Jackson will throw. Looking to the big tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that. Well, good coverage.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Takes the handoff. It's Nixon. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That's caught. It's Peoples. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. They'll go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Here's the handoff. Oh, my, circle. Spinderella. Put him in the spin cycle and picked up the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From the 30-yard line on first down. They'll give it to the back. Look out, he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add that.
They'll move the wide receiver. Give to the running back. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Hauls it in. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third down, he drops to throw. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And I really like the belief and the discipline by this QB because he drops back, he wants to throw the football, he sees it's covered, but he says, I can go get it, and takes off and barely gets enough for the first down, but way to pull the trigger, run it, and run it with authority.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Mano-a-mano, the offensive line gets it done, driving the defense back, creating an easy lane for that running back.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. The returner will field it and bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Running back searching for a hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying to impose their will with the run. Breaks into the open. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
The Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Wide open downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They get a nice pickup on this crossing route against the zone, and everybody executed in unison, Jesse.
Yeah, and Reese, this offense, they've got a plan in the passing game. They've got some stuff ready for man coverage, and they've got some zone beaters as well. And you just saw one there on the crossing route.
Finds the tight end.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He's got it on the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Caught over the middle. It's Fox. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
3rd down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, 3rd and short, now set up in a 1st and goal situation.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll run it to the left looking for the end zone. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
All right, so now you're in this 3rd down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter and give him a run-pass option.
I like that, too.
Touchdown, Knights! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass.
38, UCF.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Makes the catch. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Off play action on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, really nice catch there getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State, the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to throw again. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Looking down the middle. Makes the grab. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
Well, this defense has tried to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. That last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Peoples. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. The short hands, it's Smith. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. A first down run on the doorstep. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll pull it on the read. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, you seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks. They can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be knocked down. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Makes the grab on the right. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
With the catch, it's Montgomery. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Jackson going to throw it. He'll take a shot. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Trying to get it to the marker. Will not get there. A fourth down stop. Rides the back on the option. The give. Breaks the tackle. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Makes the grab. It's Peoples. Oh, he's got some space. Good. Gets down, and they'll mark him at the 48. He's been so...
You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it. Keep getting those stats.
Using his legs, it's Peoples. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. This quarterback part of their running game. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
Offense facing 4th down.
The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Hold it, finds his man on the left.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
The Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Catch in the middle, it's Hughes. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Using his legs, it's Montgomery. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Jackson will throw. It's complete to the left. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the 1st.
The Knights look to keep this drive humming. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Grabbed behind the line. It's Montgomery.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
The Knights can really attack on this 2nd and short. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the field and get ready to play the backs.
The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll slide after picking up the 1st down.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
The Knights back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Jackson going to throw it. Grab near the sticks. It's Wade. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
The Knights with the 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Hughes. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
The Knights had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Quarterback on the keeper. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, UCF! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for space, it's Peoples. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number 1. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the 2nd half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. That's caught. It's Peoples. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Oh, they're after him. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Pocket breaking down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
So now it's 2nd and long. The lone back's got it. On the move at the 30. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Nixon. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, that's a great tackle by the linebacker. If he doesn't make that play on the running back catching the ball on the flat, that might be a big gainer. Nice job with fundamental tackling defensively.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Jackson will throw. Catch in the middle. It's Wade. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Knights are moving quickly down the field. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Knights will have it 1st and 10. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along. And you can tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right. And then the defense caught up, played great D, and got him on the ground.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing.
Well, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Just over a minute to play. They're lining up for an onside kick to try to pull off this rally.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got a little space. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Fires to the middle. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
And the Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. Probably hope for a little bit more on that one. It'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Lost a throw on first down. Quickly complete. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Got a man in the middle. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down.
Boise, there will be lots of sun, with a high of 86 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 57 degrees.